October 12th, Pakistan's Army Chief, General Pervez Musharraf, returns home after visiting Sri Lanka. All seemed in order.
Rachita, Pakistan 805.
I was totally relaxed and didn't expect anything other than I was preparing to meet the Prime Minister. And I was sort of putting my thoughts in order. What all I'm going to talk to him on how the army could contribute towards improvement of governance.
What Musharraf didn't know was that 2 hours earlier he'd been sacked by the Prime Minister. On entering Pakistani airspace, the pilot contacted Karachi Airport.
Karachi radar, this is Pakistan 805, be advised.
The first alarming instructions from the air traffic control was the instructions that Pakistan 805, you are not permitted to land at any airfield of Pakistan, and that you may proceed anywhere else at your own risk. At this moment, I realized that something very drastic must have happened. That it has to be because of the Chief of the Army Staff. I decide that this information has to be conveyed to him.
My principal staff officer, he came and told me that the pilot is inviting me into the cockpit. And when I went there, he said we've been refused landing at Karachi, and we've been told not to land anywhere in Pakistan. That is where I knew that something has gone wrong.
Yes, but troops loyal to Musharraf had seized the TV station by 6:30 p.m. and stopped the broadcast of his sacking.
Impression that the government was taking any action against Dini Madaris. The meeting
In the seesaw for power, the government posted the police at Karachi Airport to make sure that Musharraf's plane, which was running dangerously low on fuel, was not allowed to land. So the plane with 180 civilians was diverted south.
The amount of fuel which we had at this moment of time did not leave us much options. Having India on the right and Iran on the left, the sea in the south doesn't leave much option anyway. So I did mention a field in India.
I was worried that we are not being allowed to land in Pakistan, and never has this kind of a thing ever occurred. And more than that, when the pilot told me that we can only go to India, and obviously that I said, oh my dead body, we are not going there. We'll land at Karachi at whatever cost.
Meanwhile, army troops had rushed to Karachi Airport and taken control.
Myself and some journalists, we were in one car and we were going to the airport, and then we saw a big convoy of the Corps Commander, General Usmani, and he was rushing to the airport. Usually the Corps Commander stops at signals and, not unlike the other ministers and all. And this time the convoy was unusually big, and he seems to be in a rush. And then we realized that, yes, they are in a panic. The soldiers there were tense, the people who were standing there were tense, because the news had spread that Nawaz Sharif has sacked the army chief. The people were in a mood that the army is not willing to accept it.
Wireless communication was established between Musharraf and a senior army officer via Karachi's control tower.
For the first time I took the mic and asked where the Corps Commander is, General Usmani. But then Iftikhar again spoke, and he said, this is General Iftikhar, and I request you to come back, everything is all right. I asked him what has happened, and he told me that I was dismissed at 5 o'clock, and the army acted, and everything now is all right at Karachi, Rawalpindi and Lahore.
So the plane turned back and landed at Karachi Airport, but confusion persisted on the ground.
We were like guessing from some kind of symbols, like General Musharraf's car was there, and he has this 4-star plate, and the Chief of Army Staff's flag there. And after like 10 minutes, this guy came out, probably a sergeant, army sergeant, and he took off the flag and put a cover on the plate. And we then thought that, he has sort of given up, and he has, accepted that Nawaz Sharif has sacked him. And then after about 10-15 minutes, a colonel or probably a colonel or a major came out of the airport, came out of the terminal in a rush, and he told the sergeant something, and the sergeant very proudly, opened the trunk and take out the flag again, and he put the flag again, and then we said, no, he actually has taken over.
When I heard that Musharraf had seized power, I knew the West would perceive this as the demise of democracy in Pakistan. When the people heard the news, they were stunned at the lengths to which Nawaz Sharif was prepared to go, risking the lives of 180 passengers to stop Musharraf.
I can't imagine this kind of a response by anybody. I just would like, I just think that he suffers from a sense of insecurity. He wasn't sure of himself. He didn't have confidence in himself. Maybe he was too scared of me. He didn't want me to land even. Maybe he knew what, I don't know, he was maybe too scared of the consequences if I put my foot on Pakistan. But maybe he didn't know how loyal my people were.